Hello students, welcome to Dhaka Secondary School, North Karachi campus, and you are watching today class 9 and 10 English language class, and these slides are prepared by Safahan, language teacher of Dhaka Secondary School. And today our topic is direct and indirect speech, important, very important topic students, and it is also called narration. So our learning agenda is direct speech, indirect speech, minor changes and major changes. So students, first of all I move towards direct speech. So what is direct speech? Basically direct speech is called original words of the speaker which he said in his time, and they always come in inverted commas. Okay students, for example, she says I write a letter to him on this table. So student, you see two different parts in this sentence. She says it's called reporting speech, and though that part which is inverted comma under inverted comma, that is called reporting speech. So he said to me, it is another example of direct speech. He said to me is also reporting speech, and that part which is under inverted commas is called reported speech. So students, I move towards second part, indirect speech. What is indirect speech? Students, the original message which the person conveyed to other person but in different words is called indirect speech. It means that we use different words in order to convey the same message of the person is called indirect speech. For examples, she says that she writes a letter to him on that table. So I haven't used here any inverted commas because it is indirect speech. The I have matlab means that I have used the similar words but similar same message, but I have used different words in order to convey the message. Okay students, he told me that he was teaching my brother then. So it is also what indirect speech. For example, for a explained example, you can see here students changes. So I have shown here the first sentence of the direct speech. She says to me, it is reporting speech, and reporting speech changes is called minor changes, and those changes which occurred in reported speech is called major changes. You see here she says that these changes are called minor changes, and she writes a letter to him on the table. It is what? Major changes. So in the second example, you see here he said to me is reporting speech, and those changes which occurred in minor changes is called reported speech is called minor changes. So you see he told me that it is changes of minor changes, and I am teaching your brother. Now it is inverted commas, it is reported speech, and those changes which occurred in this reported speech is called major changes. So you see different changes here. He was teaching my brother then. So students, so this is what changes of direct and indirect speech. So basically we have two changes, major changes and minor changes. First of all I start from minor changes. So students, we have two minor changes. First minor change is what? We change reporting verb of the reporting speech if we are given affirmative sentence or negative sentence in the reported speech. For example, she says to me he is teacher. It is direct speech, but when I convert this direct speech into indirect, I use tells instead of says to. But because the sentence is given in the reported speech is affirmative. Okay students, now you see the second minor change. Second minor change is what? If we are given inverted commas in the reported speech, then in order to omit the inverted commas we use that, but the condition is that in reported speech there must be three sentences: assertive sentences, we can also say affirmative or negative, exclamatory sentence, and optative sentence. So you can see here example, he says he is intelligent, she is intelligent, direct speech. So I have changed he says that she is intelligent. So in order to omit inverted commas, I have used here student that, and because it is assertive sentence. Okay student, these are two minor changes. So minor changes occur in reporting speech and we omit inverted commas. So now students, I move towards major changes. Basically we have three major changes in reported speech: personal pronoun changes, tenses changes, and some word changes. So here comes our first personal pronoun changes. So students, we have three persons. First person is called speaker, second person is called listener, and third person is called observer. So here you see the complete chart of personal pronoun. So in different cases, subjective cases, when subject is doing work, that is subject case. In object, if subject is receiving, or if the A person receiving the work is called objective case. There we use objective case. Possession, for possession we use possessive case, and for reflection we use reflexive case. So here comes first person I and we, second person you or yourself, and third person he, she, they and it. So students, if we are given different personal pronouns in reported speech, we change first person of the reported speech according to the subject of the reporting speech. For example, you see here she says to me, I am doing my work. So you see students, my is first personal pronoun and it is changed according to the subject of the reported speech. And second change you see here, I is first person and it is changed according to the subject. So in the sentence you see she tells him that she is used because it is first person, and I have used she here instead of I because it is first person, and first person is changed according to the subject of the reporting speech, and her is changed because it is also first person. So first person according to the subject of the reporting speech. And if we are given second person the reported speech, then we change that second person according to the object of the reporting speech. For example, she says to him, you are my cousin. So she tells him that he is her cousin. So he is, you is second person, and second person is changed according to the subject and object of the reporting speech. So you is second person and you is changed according to the him because him is objective case here. So students, now you see, if we are given third person in the reported speech, then there is no change occurred in the indirect speech. For example, students, I say to her, he is her cousin. So he is third person and her is also third person. So students, we do not do any change in the indirect speech. Okay students, now I move towards tenses change. So students, if we are given second person, second form in the reporting speech, then we change those tenses of the reported speech according to the given condition. Present into past, past simple into past perfect, past continuous, past perfect continuous, past perfect no change, past perfect continuous no change, will into would, shall into should, may into might, and can into could. So students, you can see here example, he said to me, I pray 5 times a day. So I pray 5 times a day is a present simple sentence, and second form is given in the reported speech. So that's why I changed. He told me that he prayed 5 times a day because it is present simple, and present simple is changed into past simple. In the second example, she said to him, you are playing with me. So you are playing with me is present continuous, and present continuous change into past continuous. From the example you see here, in the third example they said to us, we have done our work. So it is present perfect tense, and if we are given second form in the reporting speech, then we change present perfect into past perfect. Okay students, from the example it is very clear from you. Now I move towards our third changes, and that is our some word changes. What are some word changes? If we are given the second form in the reporting speech, then we change some adverbs of time and place according to the given condition. Here into there, now into then, ago into before, this into that, these into those, today, that day, yesterday, previous day, tomorrow into next day, thus into so, and last day in the previous days. For example students, he said to me, I am here now. So here and now are different words of adverbs of time and place. That's why I change into when I make it indirect, then we change this here into that, and then into now into then. But the first condition is important, is that we must have second form. If we are not given the second form, then we do not change that verbs. Okay student, now you see Alina said to Ali, you were doing this yesterday. So yesterday is also our adverbs of times, and if we are given yesterday, then in the indirect speech we change that yesterday word into previous day. So from the example it is very clear, Alina told that he had done that the previous day. So student, now you can see in the third example, they said to us, you came here with us 5 years ago. So here is also adverb of place, and ago is also adverb of time. So in order to make it indirect, we change these words. They told us that we had come there with them 5 years ago students. So this is our changing direct into indirect speech. I hope you got the idea. Just watch the slides again and again and try to learn it and understand it, and then practice it. Okay students, I hope you got it. Thank you.